Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. This is my second video of the day. I made the first one just moments ago, Penhaligon's Halfeti Cedar. If you guys haven't seen that, please check that out. I am unloading my fragrance reviews because I've been gone for about a month, and so I'm back at it again. I'm hitting the deck, giving you guys fragrance reviews from those that you are very curious about, or you've always wondered, what does this really smell? What's the breakdown? I'm here to give you guys those breakdowns of these fragrances. Now today I will review a fragrance that I'm sure a lot of y'all are very curious about, because this fragrance comes from Rosendo Mateu, and he is well known for number 5, which I have a full bottle of, which I haven't reviewed, and I'm so sorry I haven't done that. But Rosendo Mateu's number 5 was a blockbuster. I think it's a hit. And he came out recently, like I'm talking about end of 2021, with another one. This is none other than Rosendo Mateu 7. That's right, 7. And actually when it came out, I was like, what, there's a 7? Like there's already a 7? I never even tried 6. Luckily, one of my good friends who is now also a professional decanter, he decants a lot of the really good niche fragrances, Verge, he was decanting this. He made an announcement on some of the Fragcom groups, and I was just like, dude, you gotta hook me up with number 7. I loved number 5, so I gotta find out about number 7, and that's what he did. I've been owning this big sample of Rosendo Mateu 7 for about a month and a half now, and I've been trying it, and I can't wait to tell you guys what this fragrance is about. Now, one of the questions regarding this fragrance that I'm sure you guys want me to answer is, how does number 7 measure up to number 5? Right? Like number 5, the hit number 5 that we all know, the Mambo number 5. How does number 7 compare to that? Or at least what are the differences? What should I choose, right? Like if I had the choice between a bottle of 5 and 7, what would I choose? I'm definitely going to answer that today when it comes to comparing the two. Now, before I continue, let's go spray this thing right now. Ooh. So Rosendo Mateu number 7, where would I classify this fragrance right here? I would classify this as a complex scent. And this is not for the simple-minded. Word of caution, if you are the type of collector that is into simple formulas and that works for you, that works for a lot of people, then go ahead and do that. Don't get into Rosendo Mateu 7. Rosendo Mateu 7 is a complex concoction, complex blend, and that's why I don't think it's that easy to really review this fragrance unless you've tried it over and over for the past month, and that's what I've been doing. Now, Rosendo Mateu 7 opens up with cardamom, rose petal, some background floral notes, and spices. Okay, and I'll talk about those spices later. Well, cardamom is a spice. Cardamom is going to be in here. It is a beautiful, sweet cardamom curve, and of course you have rose petal, which is really interesting. The rose petal right here is a dark rose note, but it is not going to overwhelm the entirety of the fragrance. I wouldn't even really call this a rose fragrance. The rose note is there, but it doesn't complete the whole picture. And you've got cardamom, which is sweet. It starts off real sweet with that dark rose. And the thing that, in my opinion, makes this fragrance identifiable as a Rosendo Mateu, even if you've only tried 5, would be the background floral notes. It smells like carnation, something sweet and light in the background. However, these floral notes, if you have tried number 5, which actually is not really close to number 7, and you've enjoyed the background floral notes of number 5, I can tell you that it's almost identical. The background floral notes of 5 is basically in 7. And when you smell this, I think that it will give you hints of 5. You'll kind of remember number 5 when you smell these background light floral notes. So the thing that makes this fragrance really amazing, and Rosendo Mateu in general, is that he gives us formulas and olfactory sensations that are not common. It is not common, in my opinion, to have a sweet cardamom spice mixed with a light, dark rose petal note, and then have like a bloom of like white and pink florals in the background. Like, it's just not a very common thing, and it's really great because it's not linear, it's not predictable, it's something new, guys. Okay, for me, the incredible part is actually right after all of that. Like, as you are enjoying this concoction of dark blooming flowers with like sweet spice of cardamom, you are going to get the bridge part, and the bridge part to me is amazing. The bridge part here is made out of cumin and clove. Okay, so clove, as you guys know, is a spice that is warming. It's also sweet. It's sweet, it's warming, it's kind of woody, but then it is intensified by the sweaty cumin note. Okay, so cumin is also a spice that sort of smells like sweat. It gives a very warming sensation as well. And it really starts on that bridge. Once the cumin and the clove come together, it's another sensation. And you're like, wow, it's like warming now and sweaty and spicy, but still sweet. And I really love this bridge part of Rosendo Mateu 7. Now, real quickly, guys, I love reading FragCom feedback, and there are some people saying that Rosendo Mateu 7 smells like a grandma's perfume. Now, let me verify that. First and foremost, guys, I can say that I can partially agree with that, because I remember like my late grandma actually had like a dark rose type of fragrance. Okay, and it was a curve, it was a dark rose type of fragrance. I can get that with this fragrance because of the rose petal that it has, like I said, which is dark. However, the thing that makes it not a grandma's perfume is the consistent sweetness. All right, it's almost like a candy-like sweetness that you will experience throughout the entire fragrance, start to finish. And that's what makes it not a grandma's fragrance. Although there is that dark rose note, just like a grandma's perfume, there is that candy sweetness, and I'm gonna talk about that throughout the entirety of the perfume. Definitely it pulls it back to something different. Now, this cumin and clove note, in my opinion, feels like a blanket. It's like a blanket of warmth around you. And again, it's another sensation because the first part's totally not like that. And so if you are, again, a fan of these different transitions in fragrances or things that will shock you, then you're gonna love this warming part right here. And then the florals basically continue into indolic jasmine, guys. But the jasmine here isn't like a fresh like jasmine, like a blooming floral jasmine. It's not like that at all, because it's blanketed by the cumin and the clove. The spicy notes act like a warming blanket on top of this jasmine, and basically you just have a continuation from the carnation-like white and pink florals that continue into the jasmine. And I think at this point of the fragrance, on the mid, you are going to feel some sort of predictability. It's starting to become really a warming, sweet type of perfume, which it is. And in the base notes, that really becomes a lot more prevalent. Now, Rosendo Mateu number 7 is called Patchouli Oud and Vanilla. It's actually part of the title of Rosendo Mateu number 7, guys. Okay, when it comes to the bridge headed to the base notes, guys, the bridge note is going to be oud. All right, and there's two types of oud that are in this. There's Thai oud and Laotian oud, guys. All right, now let me tell you this, the big one here that you're really gonna catch is gonna be Thai oud. Now, Thai oud, a lot of people, including me, catch this note as sort of like a maple syrup oud type of note. Okay, there is that maple syrup smell, and like I said, the sweetness does continue with this Thai oud. You're gonna get a sweet oud with Thai oud, and then you have the Laotian oud, which adds some smokiness, a resinous character to the oud combination. And I would say that the Laotian oud is the one that is more exotic. Like, you could really smell the exoticness of the oud, but again, it is in combination with Thai oud, which gives you that maple syrup sweet vibe. So it doesn't really go full on oud like some of the oud fragrances that we know. It is well blended under the thick syrupy veil of Rosendo Mateu number 7. Now the star of the show of the base notes is going to be your Indonesian patchouli, and according to Rosendo Mateu, this is the highest level, highest quality patchouli that you can get out there. And for me, the patchouli is straight up amazing. This patchouli here is earthy, it's musky, it's out there. You can really smell that. If you are a patchouli lover, you're gonna enjoy it. And this is the only note, in my opinion, that can break through the sweetness, because you have the Thai oud, right? And then after that, after the patchouli breaking out, you are going to get a load of, you know, the usual warming sweet notes. You're gonna have your benzoin, which is also balsamic, so you're gonna get a balsamic sweet note care of the benzoin. You are going to get vanilla, and then you're gonna get amber as well. So it's like all of these, as you guys know, warming and sweet, kind of predictable, but of course the breakout patchouli will be the awesome part in this base notes portion of Rosendo Mateu number 7, as well as the slightly exotic oud that pops out right at the bridge. So this is a truly interesting, complex fragrance, guys. All right, it is truly interesting. But one thing I'll say is that if there's anything that ties this together, it's the sweetness. This is a sweet perfume all throughout, start to finish, and maybe it has a little bit of the vibes from Rosendo 5. If you like sweet perfumes, you're a big fan of amber, if you're a big fan of vanilla, and you would like something really complicated, really complex, I think that this one is a must try. You must try this one. And I also think that this fragrance can become a signature scent. All right, I said it right there. Now, when I say signature scent, a lot of people think that it is the best smelling fragrance in the collection. It is the most used in the collection. No, that's not necessarily true. When I think about signature scents, I think about uniqueness. I think about something really unique that when I wear it, although it becomes my signature scent, it also gives me the benefit of being unique as well, because I am not going to smell like anybody else, that it is not going to go predictably like everyone else. Therefore, I will make it a signature scent, if that makes sense. I think that if you wear this, there's not going to be anybody that's going to smell like you at all, and especially the transitions that it goes through, it can be copied. It is also highly unisex. I believe that the women will enjoy this more than men. It's going to be more tuned to women, in my opinion. However, guys, I mean, you know, when it comes to unisex fragrances, I think that if you have the confidence to pull this off and you have the personality to pull this off, you are into uniqueness, I think that even as a guy, this will work out for you pretty fine. Now, the difference between this and number 5 is easier to understand, basically, okay? When you break down the notes, you smell it. It's an easy grab, guys. It's also unique, but 5 is a lot easier. If you are in Fragcom and you like getting into conversations, like perfume conversations with your fellow friends, like Rosendo 5 is a really good topic, because it's easy to talk about, it's easy to bring up the notes, and most likely, like 99%, the other people around you will agree with what you are saying. So it's a really great, like, conversational piece as well. But number 7 is a much more complex version. This is for people that want to complicate their lives a bit, okay? This is for the people that want to rise above the predictability of life and want to try something that's going to be totally different, that people can't even talk about, people won't talk about because it's too complex for them. This is that fragrance right here. And of course, rose is one of those different notes right there, okay? Like, even with the similar floral blooms, you are going to get rose, and that's going to be a little bit different than Rosendo Mateu number 5. In terms of performance, guys, this is a sillage bomb, much like number 5. One spray on my hand and it's all over me. I can literally smell the whole room filling up with this fragrance. So just imagine if you actually did 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this whole room would smell like Rosendo Mateu number 7. It is a sillage bomb. You are going to attract people around you. They are going to break necks with this fragrance. I think if you're a woman and you're dressed up for a real classy venue, something like a Met Gala, I think that without a doubt, people will compliment you, people will turn, because it does have the sweet properties. But then you cannot point a finger because things are always evolving. You've got the cardamom that goes into the rose, and then it goes into the warm clove and cumin, and then amber, and then oud comes out of nowhere, and then you've got patchouli breaking out. So it's like, it's really, really amazing. Okay, I really like this as a perfume reviewer that's reviewed like 500 perfumes or more. Like, you know, at some point you kind of see the matrix and you kind of see the similarities between, you know, fragrance companies. And this one is truly unique, guys. I implore you guys to try it, especially if you're a niche head. And also it lasts quite long as well. So I got nothing to say about the performance. It's great, but buy this or try this because of the uniqueness, guys, okay? And I think that this is great for the cold weather, without a doubt. I think that this one is quite thick. It's really got that maple syrupy thickness, especially near the end when you've got your benzoin and your vanilla and your thigh oud. I think that this is geared towards, you know, the cold nights. Probably cold nights, classy cold nights, a date out. It's still cold out there. I mean, sometimes it's hot now because it's almost spring, but it's still cold out there. We still have 40-degree LA nights. So can you just imagine New York, Chicago is probably really cold up there. And so Rosendo 7 will definitely matter in those places. All right, so that's it. That is my review of Rosendo Mateu number 7. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My second video of the day. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about in this channel. Are there fragrances that are new that really grab your attention and you want me to give a no hype take on it? Let me know on the comments below, guys, okay? And again, I thank you for liking, subscribing, being there, and sharing the videos. That's really important. I think we're past 1.6 million views, which is pretty damn amazing because it's only been a year. So thank you so much for the support, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. Peace.